What's up, everybody? So, I have another question from one of my subscribers, one of my faithful subscribers, and I just went ahead and just wrote the question down. So, anytime somebody asks me a question in this Q&A series, I'm just going to write down the question and then answer it for them in a video. I hope everybody can hear me okay. So the question is, one night as I prayed, I decided to sing praising God. I felt at peace and turned out the lights to go to sleep. Then to my surprise, I felt a presence. It moved close to my ear. I wasn't afraid, but on guard at first. The most beautiful voice gently whispered in my ear a song, a gentle tune I cannot recollect, but the more she sung, the more at peace I felt. You know, Aggie, it felt like I never wanted it to end. It was so very beautiful. It felt so good to be loved in that level. I really can't describe it, but even so, I never sought the voice out, in prayer or otherwise. If it is God, terrific. But even if it is, I thought, it is too easy to be deceived by demonic forces. So I let it go and kept it in my heart. God sent me a gift, I hope. Was I right to not seek it out as I did? I suspect strongly I was, but you're an expert and I value your opinion. Okay, so this is my opinion on your question. From a spiritual standpoint, being a deliverance minister, working in the demonic field, let me just say this. There have been several times where I have been in the middle of praise and worship at my house by myself. Nobody else is around me. As well as times where I have been praying by myself in my home, and out of absolutely nowhere, I'll feel a presence. Being that I'm very empathic, I pick up on spirits, demonic spirits. I pick up on things like that, like this. So I'm always able to tell, for the majority of the part, what type of, what that is. So it's not rare. You have to remember that, and I know that you're fully aware of this, but people have to remember that this is a spiritual battle that we fight each and every day against the enemy, against Satan. And that spiritual fight, a spiritual battle, does not end just because we are taking or setting aside the time to praise and worship God. Whether that be through song and or through prayer. Satan doesn't stop for a moment. So it's not like Satan is sitting back saying, "Oh, I'm going to bring all the temptations of the world that I know that this person's dealing with. I'm going to bring that to them today. But oh, hold on. They're praising God for 30 minutes. So I'm going to hold off. When they done, I'm going to be tempting them again." That's not how the enemy works. The enemy will tempt you during every second of your life. So the enemy has no respect for God in the sense that he is going to do what he can to make you fall. However, Satan knows that in the end God is going to win. That God is going to win this battle that we all fight each and every day of our lives. That he has no choice but to respect. But he has no respect for you praising God. So he's not going to stop tempting you, or he's not going to his demons aren't going to just not show up or bring their presence around you just because you're praising God. So let's get that out the way first. However, as beautiful of a voice as you say it was, and as at peace as you say you felt, you said you felt at peace. I'm not saying that that peace didn't come from God, but the thing that you have to remember is when it comes to the enemy, they can bring false. If you're not aware, you can be deceived, and they can bring a false sense of peace within your presence, and you think it's from God, and it's the enemy. Remember that the enemy can show up as anything and or anyone, can sound, take the vocal cords of anyone and or anything, living and or deceased. So and this is why it is so important to know how the enemy works. Not more than you know how God works, but to know how the enemy works in your life and to know the areas that you need to improve on. So when you're asking me the question, was it wrong for you to not seek out that voice in prayer or otherwise, I'm not going to say that it was wrong not to do that. And I'm not saying that it was a demonic spirit that was making that vocal sound. I don't know for sure. And I think everybody would agree that if I said, oh yes, it's definitely demonic, that I would be deceiving you. So I don't know if that was demonic or not. But what I can tell you is that if God is going to bring his presence into your atmosphere, it's not going to be something that you question. It's not going to be something that you have to question because you are uncertain, possibly. It's not something that you're going to question. You're going to know without a shadow of a doubt that that's God. So, like I said, that's not to say that it wasn't God in your situation. There's a lot of other little details that I don't have at the moment that I would need to know in order to fully answer that question in the sense of, was it demonic or was it God? But just based off of the question and the information that you asked me, that you revealed to me in this question, that's what I'm going to tell you, that I don't think it was wrong for you to seek out that voice again, or not seek it out again as if you ever did, but to not seek it out from that point on. If it was God, then God will reveal to you in spirit that it was God. Does that make sense? And if it wasn't God, then God will reveal to you in spirit that it was not sent by him, that it was not of him. Does that make sense? So I really hope and pray that this helped you get this question answered. That's a very good question. So, and if anybody else has dealt with the demonic or had any other experiences like this and may have some questions about it, I'm a deliverance minister. I have been one since 2003. And I would love to answer your questions. This is a segment, I guess you can call it a segment, of what I'm doing. I'm having a Q&A segment going on right now. So if there's any questions that you want to ask me about anything, love, work, family, the demonic, anything you want to ask me, feel free to ask me in the comment section below, and I will reply to everybody's question in a video. So once again, this is Aggie Out Loud. I love each and every one of y'all. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and I'm out. Peace.